Hello, in this video we're going to look at the Dragon Gate Qigong set. I'm going to walk you through step by step and teach you how you can use it as a meditative practice and integrate it into your ritual practices. So to begin, we want to stand with the feet parallel and about hip width distance apart, unlock the knees, and slowly we come up into this number one standing posture, which we will be touching bases on again in this set. When you're doing the standing meditation here, we want to have the ring and the middle finger slightly down, the pointer and the pinky finger slightly up to open this energy pathway through the arm. That lets the energy flow down through the body and out through the center of the palm. As you're standing here, slightly open the shoulders apart, settle into the feet, and with each breath, think about letting go and sinking into the stance. In this first standing posture, you could stay here for 5 minutes or 15 minutes. Whatever you like. Today we're going to do 5 or 6 minutes. And as we're standing, what I want you to think about is the entire time you're going to have this balance of relaxation and tension. So as you feel tension build up anywhere in the shoulders or the elbows or through the torso, use your breath to let go and sink into the posture. Lightly bow forward at the waist. Lengthen the spine. And a soft, light smile with the back of the throat. This standing posture can also be used as a great reset practice. Maybe even if you just do it as a standalone exercise for 2 or 3 minutes throughout the day to just kind of recheck in with the body. A lot of times I hear people say they can't meditate because their mind gets distracted. Well, as you're standing here, the mind getting distracted is okay. It's normal to drift off into thoughts here and there. The idea is to keep bringing your awareness back into your posture, back to your breath, And it's almost like you're building that muscle of bringing yourself back to focus every time you get distracted. Doing this over and over again will build that muscle and make you stronger and make it easier for you to get back to that focused state in times of stress. While it may seem simple, you learn this posture in 2 minutes, this will help even the most advanced practitioners elevate their practice. The standing meditation is something that will help anybody get to deeper levels of practice at any area of their training, whether they've been training for 2 months or 20 years. This is a very profound and deep practice. Continue to pay attention to that dance. Feel that tension maybe build up in the elbow or around the shoulders. Breathe into that area, let go, sink into the stance. The breath is relaxed and full. Keep that soft gaze, almost as if you were staring away 300 yards off into space, slightly up 5 degrees, staring off out in the distance, but not looking at any one point, just letting your gaze relax. Slowly now, we press the hands back. Notice the pace. We're going to take that webbing between the pointer finger and the thumb and lightly rest it over the kidneys. When that spot is resting on the kidneys, relax the back of the shoulder blades, let yourself sink down into the center of the feet, and let the elbows softly come forward. And we'll just hang out here for a few breaths. Now slowly, hands come out to the sides, palms face up towards the sky, and relax the shoulder blades as you let the palms come forward to about as high as the middle of the abdomen, palms facing up towards the sky. In this posture, I want you to visualize you're standing in a shower of warm mist. And you feel that mist coming down over the body, relaxing all of the muscles in the body. while at the same time keeping your skeleton upright with good posture. Slowly now, rotate those palms back over into that number one standing posture. And again, settle into the stance. This time we just hang out for a few breaths. Notice if you feel any differences from the first time we stood here. And again, when you're doing this on your own, if you wanted to hang out here for 5 or 10 minutes, you can. For purposes of the video, I'm going to keep it a little bit shorter. Now we're going to go through the first movement. This movement, you're going to turn the palms inwards so the center of one palm is directly across from the center of the other. And we're going to open and close the hands. Now when you do this, notice the pace again. Everything in this form is very slow and even. And as you move, you're trying to release as much tension throughout the body as possible while keeping that upright structure. You want to try to feel the connection from one palm to the other. In a couple ways I like to visualize this. One is thinking about a big ball of cotton. And as I press the hands together, I'm thinking about squeezing that ball of cotton together. And as I pull the hands apart, I'm ripping that ball of cotton apart. So I feel that soft resistance in both directions. Another way I like to visualize that is to think about, I have two north ends of a magnet facing each other, and as I press the hands together, I'm feeling them push each other apart. And then as I pull the hands apart, I'm thinking about that magnet trying to pull itself back together. Continue to let go across the shoulders and the chest. The breath stays relaxed and natural. We're not trying to connect the movement to the breath. Now after we perform this 8 times, slowly as the hands come back to center, you're going to curl that left palm underneath and the right palm on top, holding a small ball in front of your dantian or your lower belly. This movement is called opening the lung meridian. Slowly, again, feeling that connection between the palms. That right hand comes up to about as high as the collarbone, left palm drops down to about as low as the tailbone, and then slowly bring the hands back together. Now since that left hand is moving a fraction of the distance of the right, it needs to be moving a lot slower than the right hand. Try to find that coordination. And again, just listen and try to develop that sensitivity so you can feel the connection from one palm to the other. Now after the 8th repetition, slowly roll that left hand around the front to the top position and do the other side. After the 8th repetition, slowly lower the hands and come back up into that number 1 standing posture. And again, each time we revisit this posture, notice any subtle differences you may sense or feel. Every time you come back to this stance and you're doing this practice on your own, I recommend staying here for at least 3 minutes, but you could stand here 10, 15 minutes if you like. Check back in, make sure when you're standing the knees are unlocked, softly bowing forward at the waist as you lengthen the spine. Same position with the palms, that ring and middle finger slightly down, pointer finger and pinky finger slightly up. Tip of the tongue at the roof of the mouth, that soft, light smile with the back of the throat. And just that relaxed, natural breath. Slowly now going into our next movement. Turn the left palm up and press the right hand down. That left hand comes up to about as high as the chest, and the right palm presses down to about as low as the hips. And again, as we're standing in this posture, use that mist visualization and relax into the stance. And visualize in that left palm taking in all of the positive universal energy from around you, and in that right palm facing the earth, absorbing all of that positive earth energy coming from underneath you. Slowly, after a couple breaths, we change position. Left palm presses down, right palm rises. And as we slowly transition from one to the other, keep that visualization, feeling that energy all around you. Keep coming back to that warm mist, letting the muscles sink while maintaining that erect posture with the skeleton. And the visualization we used earlier of connecting one palm to the other and feeling that cotton ball or that magnet, use that same visualization here. So now as you move the hands, you're connecting that left palm as it goes down to the earth and that right palm up to the sky, and you feel that soft resistance, almost as like you're pressing a helium balloon down, picking up a soft weight in the right hand. And as you learn this set and start practicing it without the video, each one of these postures you could hang out in a little longer if you like. What's important is transitioning from one position to the next very slowly, smoothly, and at an even pace. All right, here's our last repetition. As we bring the right hand down to the left, curl the hands in again, holding that ball in front of the dantian as we did earlier. This next movement is called opening the belt meridian. With the right hand on top, slowly turn to your left. Keeping the right hand on top, turn back to the right. As you get to the right side, slowly bring that left hand on top, right hand to the bottom, and rotate back to the left. Bringing our awareness to the belt meridian is very helpful for our foundation and to improve our overall energy level. As well, it helps build the immune system and keep you healthy. All right, on our last repetition, as we come over to that right side again, maintain that right hand in that top position. Slowly come back to the center and relax the hands. This next movement, as we bring the hands up, it's almost as if you're stretching or you are going to yawn. Feel that soft, open expansion as you bring the hands open. And then as you come forward, sit down, bend the knees, bow forward. Visualize picking up a big, heavy ball of energy, bringing it up over the top of the head, and then letting that energy come down in through the Bahoi point, the center of the top of the head, and wash through the body. Feel everything relax, sinking and cleansing as that energy exits out through the bottom of the feet. Again, we can come back to that mist visualization. Keep that relaxation throughout the body as you're going through this posture. After that last movement, slowly just relax the arms at the sides, and then bring the hands to about as high as the middle of the abdomen, and rotate the palms inward so they're facing each other. Now we're back to that connection visualization. So as you turn to the left, use that right palm to push the left palm away, and use the left palm to pull the right palm up towards the left. And when you're off to the side, the hands are about as high as your shoulders, and as you come back to center slowly, they come back down to about as low as your abdomen. This movement is called moving the ocean waves. And as you're going through this movement, try to feel the ground and the energy coming up through the ground, through the legs, through the torso, and out the fingertips. So the entire body is connected and moving the hands. And as we transition from this movement to the next, slowly bring the hands back down to center. And this last cleansing movement, shift the weight over into your right leg as you pivot on the left heel. Bring the hands up. Toes are pointing up on that left foot. Visualize gathering all the positive energy around you and bringing it in through the Bahoi point on the center of the top of the head, and slowly letting that energy wash down through the body, cleansing the body, and exiting through the soles of the feet. And as you press 3 times with the hands at the end of the movement, shift the weight over into the left foot, pivot on the heel of the right, point the right toes up. Slowly do the other side. And we just transition from one side to the other. Each time trying to get a little bit deeper, reach a little bit deeper level of relaxation. As you shift the weight from one foot to the other, try to be aware and notice every ounce of energy changing from one foot to the other. Always you can come back to that warm mist visualization and use that to help you relax. Keep the breath natural and even. Keep bringing your focus back and trying to look internally and reach a deeper level of awareness and feeling in every millimeter of movement. And after we finish that last repetition, slowly relax the hands back to center and back up into that number one standing posture. And again, just as each time before, listen and try to notice any subtle changes you may sense or feel. We'll stand here just for a couple minutes, but again, you could do 5 or 10, 15 minutes if you like. As you're doing the standing meditation, you want to be aware of every joint in the body, from each knuckle to your wrist to your elbow, to each section along the spine. And nothing is locked out. Everything, it's almost as if you were playing the piano with your fingers and your toes. Everything is active, relaxed, but moving independently. Nothing is locked out. Try to maintain that softness as you keep coming back to the breath. Now on closing, slowly bring the hands into the lower abdomen, and we rotate, circling the hands, softly pressing in with the palms into the belly. And as you rotate those hands around the belly, energetically inside the abdomen, move the energy so you feel that circle and that rotation in the belly. And other direction. And last, we bring our awareness back into the body, warm up the hands. And massage the face and the head, the neck, the torso, the sides of the body. kidneys, and the arms. And the legs. That is the Dragon Gate Qigong set. If you enjoyed this, please click the link below and check out the Yielding Warrior YouTube page, as well as our online program. And if you haven't already done this yet, go to theyieldingwarrior.com/book, and you can get a free copy of my book, The Yielding Warrior, that goes into a lot more detailed explanation of what some of these practices are for, and is really a great addition to your meditative practice. Thank you so much for watching.